welcome to Your New Jersey. I'm Lisa Marie Falbo. On today's show, we'll hear about Tikva Children's Home, based in West Caldwell, which is supporting at-risk Jewish children in Ukraine. Then, we meet Celeste Campos, president of Impact100 Garden State, about how this woman-led organization is transforming New Jersey communities. But first, we've got a sweet story to share. Mike Smilo, the franchisee of Bang Cookies in Ocean, tells us more about this mouthwatering treat. Mike, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
I am so happy to have you on here because we were talking off camera. I remember when Bang Cookies opened in Jersey City during those pre-COVID days, but now the brand is just exploding. So congratulations.
Thank you. That was, wow, a long time ago when we had our farmers markets and everything going on. So yeah, we've grown tremendously since then.
Mike, how have you grown here in the Garden State?
Well, it's been a lot of brick and mortar. We still believe in that. I mean, that's where we could reach the consumer the best. But also through, right now, we're scaling heavily through franchising. So we're partnering across the country. I think for next year, we're slated to have about 40 to 50 stores signed up with our network, believe it or not. And then one of the greatest things is also the fundraisers programs we have to schools across New Jersey and the country.
Well, you might be giving Jersey Mikes a run for their money, and wouldn't that be great? I mean, they were just sold for billions of dollars. So what sets Bang Cookies apart from all of the other cookie chains out there?
Okay, yeah. So what we haven't marketed enough is the fact that we're organic. We're made of organic ingredients. So you can count on two hands the number of ingredients are in our cookies as opposed to a lot of the other competitors. That's the first thing. The second thing, we have delicious cookies that are not as sugary, and again, all natural. We have organic butters we use, organic sugar canes. So, and we're also a kosher cookie. That's one thing from the ingredient level and the taste of them. But also we have this fundraiser platform with the schools where we give back significant part of revenue towards schools in our fundraiser program. So I think that's really what sets us apart again versus the other companies. Because most cookie companies are brick and mortar. They might not even have an e-commerce channel. So we also sell and send across the country.
How did you get involved in the Bang Cookies family?
Yeah, so George has been the founder of Bang Cookies, has been a friend of mine since college. We went to Rutgers Business School together. After business school, he went to entrepreneurial route, and he started in the tech business route. And I went to Wall Street, but we reunited. We've always been friends, but we reunited about 5 years ago, and I joined the organization to help scale it. I'm also I own different businesses. I'm kind of immersed in the music and the industry scene as well. So I got first person Corey B involved, who's a social media influencer. He's a huge TikToker with 25 million plus followers. And he's really in the food scene. He's a friend of mine. I thought he'd be a value add to this to kind of help scale it on TikTok and the social media networks. And then I also brought in our partners, Oakscale, who are friends of mine as well. They're franchise partners. So they develop franchises and emerging brands, and they connect and almost like distribute franchise across the country with their network.
I love that you used your Wall Street experience, your education at Rutgers, and your music life to help propel Bang Cookies. Tell us more about the musician side of you.
Yeah, so Smilo is my music name, and yeah, I do EDM music. I produce it. It started as sort of a fun thing, and then it grew. I mean, I was doing I would call on the stage across the country, across the state, and I make music, and my music's been played across the world. But again, I don't take it as I don't put a lot of emphasis on it because I'm really immersed in businesses that I own, but I want to put more time into it and more energy. It's fun for me.
Okay, well, we'll have to have you on here because BPM,
Yeah, for sure.
I have two babies, and instead of nursery rhymes, they're listening to BPM. So
That is amazing.
yes. So, you were mentioning different celebrities. Mike Sorrentino from Jersey Shore, he's kind of tapped into all of this as well. How so?
Yeah, so through Archangel Centers. So Mike, he's always been about giving back and helping the community, helping everything, making an impact in the world. So we started the Archangel Centers. I'm one of the founding partners with him and a couple practitioners from Florida who's already scaled businesses out there for long-term care, mental health, and really substance abuse
I think it's a win-win for everyone. Next time we do this, you and Mike have to come to the studio to talk about that entity, because I think it's just
Yeah.
so inspiring that he took his addiction issues, got sober, has a beautiful family, and now is looking to help others through his platform. And I had no idea you guys were involved in that way as well. That's just so awesome.
I think there's a common theme, I have to say, because with Mike, what he's doing, he's really helping people through mental health, right? And then now with Bane Cookies, we're giving back to the communities in the schools. So we're helping schools and, schools across the country. So it's all about what we can do from a standpoint of helping children and helping people in need.
You've mentioned the fundraiser campaigns you're doing with New Jersey schools. Let's go a little deeper. What does that entail?
What he's done is we've created like disruptive technology where we give the power to the children. So the kids almost create like their own Bang Cookies profile, almost like a Facebook, right? But then they have a link that they could send to their families across the country to place orders. And once they place an order, it's real time delivered to them within 2-3 days anywhere in the country. So with that technology, though, we're able to give back 40% of revenue directly to the school or the sports teams or whoever wants to raise money for their organizations. So what we've done is given back 40% as opposed to maybe 10% to 15% on average with most fundraisers.
I totally love that. For people watching, how can they learn more to get their school or organization involved?
Yeah, if you check out banecookies.com, there's a lot of talk about there on the website about how you join the fundraiser. But again, we're tapped into, I'd say, 200 schools across the country already, and we're growing significantly. So a lot of I'd say 2025 forward growth will be focused on growing the fundraiser across the country and building awareness for it, because again, we're giving so much more back to the schools. On average, the schools that join our fundraiser over a 2 week to 4 week period, they generate between $8,000 to $30,000 of revenue for the school, which is a lot compared to most fundraisers.
That is unbelievable. I mean, the return on investment makes people
Exactly.
want to get out there and pound the pavement and get people to order. Thank you so
Yep.
much for coming on here. Where can people find out more about you and Bang Cookies?
Yeah, absolutely. Bane Cookies, our social media, our Instagram's pretty heavy. We go there, and my Instagram Smilo. But either way, we're all connected. I've done a lot with 103.5 K2. I didn't want to throw that out there, which is the New York City radio station. So we're now also the cookie of choice for iHeartRadio 103.5 K2. So if you're on there with Hollywood Hamilton, he's speaking about us pretty much every single day, and they do an Artist of the Week a giveaway for through K2 as well.
I love that. Okay, we
Mhm.
definitely have to talk, because I just got
Yep.
an amazing idea beyond what we're doing here.
Let's talk about it. And we're really connected with them right now too. So we're growing, and again, we're hopefully helping the country and people in need, which is our main goal here.
You certainly are, and everybody loves a good cookie. Thank you so much for coming on here, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you so much for having me. I'll see you soon.
Joining us today are Danielle Guralnik, event coordinator for Beauty, Bowties, and Brilliance, and Yanna Begelman, development director of Tikva Children's Home. Yanna, Danielle, welcome to the show. So Yanna, I will start with you. Can you tell us more about Tikva Children's Home and the vital work you're doing in Ukraine?
So Tikva Children's Home is a Jewish orphan rescue and educational community organization that's been around for nearly 25 years. The original mission was to rescue homeless, abused, and abandoned Jewish children. It was to give them home, all the vital necessities that they needed, and most importantly, quality Jewish education to help them transition to contributing community members anywhere they ended up, whether they ended up continuing to live in Ukraine or moving to Israel or moving to the US or being anywhere else. And it was a very successful model. We've had thousands of graduates that have graduated through our system. And then in February of 2022, everything has changed. And Tikva's mission expanded from being a Jewish orphanage and educational organization to serving as a humanitarian aid and lifeline for thousands of orphans and war refugees from Ukraine after Tikva evacuated nearly 5,000 orphans and war refugees from Ukraine when Russia invaded. And today we're operating in 3 countries and 2 war zones. So we're continuing the humanitarian aid and running a school in Ukraine. We have a refugee site of nearly 1,100 orphans and war refugees in Romania. And a number of our alumni are serving in the IDF today in Israel. And we're running a big center that's serving 59 alumni families who have been impacted by October 7th in Israel. So our mission has completely, turned around in the last couple of years, and our work has expanded exponentially, and so have our needs.
Yanna, I cannot imagine what you have seen over these past couple of years.
Everything from desperation of people leaving behind everything they knew, from seeing orphans go from not having a great life to begin with, which is how they ended up in an orphanage at Tikva in Ukraine, whether it was from abuse or abandonment or homelessness, and then have, find finally home at Tikva, then have to flee again to another place after hearing, missiles flying by, and working with psychologists on a day to day, trying to, come back to self after they've had psychologists doing work on them from before. Seeing families torn apart, seeing some of our alumni families, some of the kids who grew up at Tikva who now have families of their own, having to leave their husbands behind and taking little babies on their hands and, fleeing as quickly as possible Ukraine to give shelter to those little babies, to losing a number of our graduates on the front lines. Just seen a lot of challenges, a lot of desperation. And this past year has been exceptionally difficult since all the philanthropist attention is now on everything that's going on in Israel. Since October 7th, it's all about Israel. And, people took a meaning of Am Israel High, meaning to only be everything related to Israel. Meanwhile, the true definition of Am Israel is whether you're a Jew in, Israel, US, Ukraine, Ethiopia, or anywhere else in the world, we're all one people who are united in hope and supporting for each other. So it's been a very rough patch for Tikva, being forgotten again. The war in Ukraine, is no longer on the front news, on the front pages of the news. And so a lot of people have forgotten. And there's still small little communities like Danielle's community in New Jersey, that still remembers those who need help. And we need a lot more of that help to get through our most challenging time and to continue our vital life-saving work.
And it is so vital. Danielle, we'll bring you in now. What prompted you to coordinate fundraising efforts like the Beauty Bowties and Brilliance event that just happened in Manalapan?
My connection with Yanna came actually, it's a root. So Tikva is an organization for me that plays a very big role to me, to my family. My family originates from Ukraine, and my father had been part of the organization, a donator for many years. I would attend different events with him, and it just really, really connected me. The organization, their goal, their focus to help to really bring children in orphanages and give them the life that they deserve. And I watched it, through videos and a lot of their events and a lot of their content and footage. It's just something that really stayed apart with me. So when I was putting together my event, I knew I needed to have a purpose. They've been an organization that made me feel that I'm a part of Ukraine. I'm a part of my roots. I'm a part of my history. And just like Yana said, just people. We are just people. We're all people. It doesn't matter our, nationality, religion, culture. I've never been to Ukraine, but their organization just connects me, and I'd love to give many other people that opportunity to connect the way I did, and I love that.
Yanna, what does the money fundraise go towards?
So this money goes towards multiple facets of our current mission. Most of the greatest need now is in funding shelter and funding food expenses. We're providing over 1,000 meals every single day. And since we changed location from Ukraine to Romania, which is part of Europe, the cost of food is almost quadruple of what it used to be. When we were on the ground in Ukraine, food used to cost $3.50 per person per day. And now the food costs almost $16 and like 25 cents per person per day. Our food expenses itself is nearly $225,000 a month to feed over 1,100 orphans and refugees and to provide them with 3 meals a day, especially now in the cold winter when warm meals are needed and are essential. And so the need is really great. So the money we're raising now is pretty much going to food and shelter.
How are you and your team at the center in West Caldwell helping?
We're pretty much organizing everything from campaigns to social media to putting awareness out there to organizing events, everything from events such as the event that Danielle set up to doing bigger galas. We're writing grants. We're doing outreach to different philanthropists who write grants and who have to give like most foundations have to give certain amount of money every single year. So we're constantly just trying to find different opportunities, calling and talking to different individuals and trying to open as many doors as possible in order to continue our life-saving work and have it going for as long as it's needed.
Danielle, looking ahead, are there more efforts on your part to support Tikva?
Absolutely. My goal as an individual was I even focused more than the monetary end of it. I want to spread the awareness. Everyone has their expertise, and my expertise is being able to bring the community together, bring business owners together, and I want to channel my capabilities in that to at least spread awareness.
Danielle, thank you for continuing to spread the word throughout the Garden State. And Yanna, where can people watching learn more about your mission?
Sure. So all the information is available on our website. The website is tikvaodessa.org. It's TIKVAODESSA.org. And also on our social media pages, which is Tikva US, it's TIKVA US. So it's Tikva US, TIKVA US.
Great. Yanna, Danielle, thank you so much for joining me today, and best of luck to you in your continuing mission.
Thank you
Thank
so
you so
much.
much for
Thank
having
you
us.
all. We really appreciate it.
Celeste Campos is the president of Impact100 Garden State, an all-women, all-volunteer organization that supports local nonprofits across New Jersey. Since its founding in 2013, the organization has awarded over $3.5 million in grants. Celeste, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
So I have to tell you, I came to find out about Impact100 driving on Route 80. I saw your big, beautiful billboard, and I texted our producer, we got to get them on the show because this just looks awesome. So billboard advertisements work. Please tell our audience about Impact100 and what your mission is.
Great. Thank you so much. So Impact100 Garden State, we are an all-woman, all-volunteer nonprofit, and our mission is to engage women in philanthropy. And we do that by collectively providing high-impact grants to nonprofits. And our chapter specifically supports 5 counties here in New Jersey: Morris, Passaic, Somerset, Sussex, and Union. And what we do is we fund organizations in 5 major areas: arts and culture, children and families, education, environment, preservation and recreation, and health and wellness.
I just love your model of collective giving. It's very unique. Tell us how it works.
In our case, for Impact100, each member donates $1,000. It gets pooled together until we have 100 women, which then results in a $100,000 grant that gets awarded to one nonprofit, which allows them to implement transformative projects and programs and really impacts the community and the residents in the community.
You, in 2024, you actually awarded 4 of those $100,000 grants. So that means you had 400 Garden State women supporting you, which I think is incredible. How did that all happen?
Well, it's been quite a journey for us. Our chapter was founded in 2012 by Carol Rogers. She collaborated with friends, and by 2013, she had assembled 123 women, and they were able to give $123,000 out to a single nonprofit. Women find their ability to be a philanthropist and to give, and maybe be able to give greater than if they were working on their own, just donating to causes here and there. But by pooling their money together, can really make a big impact. And I think because we're awarding these grants to nonprofits within our communities, there really is a connection that our women have within the communities that they live, and they can see real impact in their backyard. So I think that has been a big attraction for the women to join us and to make a huge impact.
Who were your grant award winners this year?
We had 4 $100,000 grants that were awarded this year, and we awarded one grant to Cheshire Home, and they were able to, with our funds, purchase a rise and walk machine, which enabled them to facilitate a faster rehabilitation for young people with spinal cord injuries, which was a huge win, and they're located in Morris County. Another Table to Table, and this was a great program where it was a combination of trying to bring nourishing food to those in need, as well as prevent waste in the community. So we were, in essence, Table to Table rescues food from restaurants, grocery stores, and delivers it directly to organizations that can get the food in the hands of the people that need it and prevent that food from going into landfills, which is huge. So we supported that program, and the heroes are community members within the county. Another program that was awarded this year was to the Institute of Music for Children, which is located in Union County. And we are supporting a program that is enabling children with developmental disabilities to be able to participate in music and art classes to help them, and it's tailored to them to help support improvements in their behaviors and give them opportunities that they might not otherwise receive because they're part of the underserved communities. And the other award was given to Comfort Zone Camp. This was a camp that supports children who have lost a family member, and there are quite a lot of those in New Jersey, and the program will support campers. The grantees that received the awards really varied from food insecurity to arts, health and wellness. So we feel really proud of what we were able to do this year and want to be able to do it in 2025 as well.
Celeste, your membership drive runs through January. What do you look for in potential members?
So our organization is open to everyone, all women who are interested in engaging in philanthropy and supporting nonprofits. We have women in our organization who are recent college graduates, early in their professional life, recently retired, moms raising children, octogenarians. We run the gamut of women that make up our 408 members. We are very excited that we have started some new programs to encourage a diversity of women to join our organization. So we have a young philanthropist program that we worked really hard to get off the ground, and that is comprised primarily of women under 40 who want to be philanthropists and get engaged and learn more about collective giving. We also offer a fellowship program. As you mentioned earlier on, $1,000 can be a lot of money, and what we don't want is a woman who believes in our mission, who wants to be a part of collective giving, who believes in the nonprofit landscape, to not be able to join because they cannot afford the $1,000. So we have a fellowship program where we have other generous members who will sponsor the membership for another woman to ensure that she can participate and be part of the collective giving movement. And we feel really strongly about that. And we have about 21 women right now who are part of our fellowship program. And we feel really good that we are able to bring a diverse group of women to our organization.
Celeste, I love everything Impact 100 Garden State is about. I'm so happy that I saw your billboard and had you on the show today. Where can people learn more about you?
So you can go to our website, which is impact100gardenstate.org. All of our information is there about our grantees, about how to join, how to sponsor us if there's an interest there, and you can learn everything about us there. We are also on Instagram and Facebook, so you can find us there as well.
Well, I hope our little show here gets you to 500 members in 2025 so you can give out yet another grant at the end of the year. Thank you so much, Celeste.
Thank you very much for having me today.
Thank you for joining me on another episode of Your New Jersey. I'm Lisa Marie Falbo. We'll see you back here next week.